Hey everybody, welcome back to Best of the Month. This is the Best of the Month covering July 2017. A bunch of us are going to tell you about some favorite new to us game and why we liked it so much. So, I'm going to kick it off right now. Actually, July was kind of a slow month for me as far as good new games. I played a lot of great games I already knew I liked, encompassing, Dice Tower Convention and several other games I played which I already knew I was a big fan of. But the month overall was kind of slow for me. So here's my pick of the month. It's a game called Dice Forge, a customizable dice game in which you are going to be rolling dice every round on everyone's turn, which is very nice because you're always involved. And then you will be buying new faces for the dice and popping them off and adding the new ones on and rolling those. So it's got a real nice progression to it, a nice power ramp to it. I found the game to be perhaps a little fiddly, a little bit too much going on for how light and lucky the game really is, which is why I'm saying that the month was overall a little weak for me. But I think I'm in the minority with this one. I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy Dice Forge. It's got a fantastic look to it. It's one that I think if people are willing to sit down and learn all the little different faces for the dice, they are going to have a lot of fun with this one. So Dice Forge was my best of the month for July 2017.
It's Roy Candy from Epic Gaming Night, and my best of the month is Tiny Epic Quest. I love how the movement in this game, you can follow your opponents around the board, trying to figure out how to set yourself up in the right locations to be able to complete contemples, defeat goblins, and also be able to learn different spells by standing on obelisks. It's always interesting trying to race your opponents to these different locations and maybe like trying to get to the end of a temple first to be able to complete quests. All the different quests give you cool little items that you can slot into your item meeple, and it looks great and beautiful and gives you lots of cool special abilities. And special abilities is one of the things I really enjoy in games, so it's cool to figure out how to utilize those and get those and make them work. And also the best part of this game is the night phase, when you go into this whole press your luck thing as you're trying to get different symbols on the dice, and you also can like follow the symbols your opponents roll and move your characters along temples and defeat goblins. And it's just a great how the press your luck all comes together, and you're trying to stay in there as long as possible to complete your things without getting knocked out. So Tiny Epic Quest is a whole lot of fun, beautiful game, so it's my best of the month.
Howdy folks, Hunter and Rebecca here from the Family Showdown, and our game of the month was unanimous, and it is
Lorenzo il Magnifico! In Lorenzo, you roll dice, but it's not really a dice rolling game. The dice decide how powerful your actions are when you take them, and you go to various spaces on the board to purchase cards, to put in your tableau, and build up your engine into greatness.
yes, and it plays fantastically two-player. The only real variant to the game is that you are blocking some of the extra spaces, and that's it.
So if you like Euro games and you don't mind weird-looking covers, Lorenzo il Magnifico is for you. Our best of the month.
My game of the month is Too Many Bones. This is a big, giant game from Chip Theory Games. It is a dungeon crawl, puzzly type game, very similar to Gloomhaven, really, in that you are slowly building up your characters, and each character has 16 custom dice that they're able to use and buy over the course of a campaign, and then roll those dice, and then you attack monsters and deal with the monsters. Now, the rules are complex. There is a ton of terminology in the game. The game is a very steep learning curve. I think that the graphic design is also not that great, but still, the game transcends that. It's a thinky dungeon crawl and also has lots of dice, with two things I really tend to like. So that's Too Many Bones.
Hey everyone, my game of the month is Tramways. It's not a new game, but it's new to me. So it was designed by Albin Villar and published by AV Studio Games. So in Tramways, it's definitely a heavier weight type game. Definitely gets the brain burning a little bit. But in Tramways, you're an engineer and you're trying to create rails, and you can upgrade these rails throughout the game. And basically you want to get your passengers around the city and, well, make them happy. And in the end, you get happy points for doing so. I really enjoyed the auction mechanic in this game. It was very different than others I had seen. You really also have to be careful about your card choices. So sometimes, you really want to be the first person to bid high and to get your first choice, because then you're going to get a better selection of the cards, which you use in order to take some of your actions. So overall, to win the game, you need to get the most points. Definitely money helps you achieve that because you can buy points in the game. But it's a game that I definitely would recommend trying if you like a heavier weight, thinky kind of game. So my pick for this week is Tramways, and we'll see you all next time.
Hello everyone, my name's Annette, and you may know me as Netters Plays. And my game of the month was not just one game, but it was several games, and it was the Exit Game series. Now, I played all 3 of these games, and what I really enjoyed about it was the fact that you have to figure out these different riddles and puzzles that are inside the box, and you absolutely use everything involved in the box. And you try to figure out these different clues and everything in order to solve the puzzle and win the game. However, what I had the most fun with was organizing my group of friends and trying to get them to figure out these clues along with me. We had a really great time, we worked together really well, and that's what I really enjoyed about the Exit Game series. Even though it could be a little rough and tough just to play it with 1 or 2 players, but having a big group of people to play along is just wonderful. And that's why I really enjoyed the Exit Game series this month.
Hey guys, best of the month, and for me this month it was Fox in the Forest. Now, I'm not normally a big trick-taking player, but I wanted to give this one a shot, being that it is a trick-taking game for only 2 players. That's right, a trick-taking game for 2 players only. The cool thing about this game is that in addition to the standard trick-taking mechanism, some of the cards actually have special abilities on them, and I think that really works for this game. So this game was a really nice surprise. The theme is really cute, and I look forward to seeing you guys next month.
Hey everybody, my name's Jay Peak from Peak Your Interest. And I'd like to start off by telling Z Garcia thank you very much for allowing me to join your guys' Best of the Month crew. I really appreciate it, Z. Anyways, July's been a pretty good month for me. I received quite a few different things, especially for my birthday. One thing being Raxon. I also received the Champions of Midgard expansions. But another thing I did receive for my birthday was this Zombicide Hero Pack. And this thing was pretty cool. Let's go check out the characters real quick. First, we got Glinda, the Proud Dwarf Warrior. This little character is such a tank. Then we got Tucker, the Battle Priest. Then we got Arnaud, the Fallen Noble. Then we got Sylvia, the Pirate Captain. And finally we got Julian, the Callous Thief. Then we're going to take a close-up on each of these minis, and I'm just going to sit here and drool while I think about painting these things. Well, there you have it. That was Hero Box number 1 expansion for Zombicide Black Plague. I can't wait to get some paint on these things and get them back to slaying some of them zombies. Have fun, everybody.
Hey folks, Mark here. My best of the month is Sword and Sorcery. Sword and Sorcery is an epic fantasy cooperative board game in which 5 players control heroes with unique powers fighting together against the forces of evil to save the kingdom and break the spell that binds their souls. Okay, you might be saying, what, another dungeon crawl, Mark? Well, this one has so many things going for it, and quite frankly, it might be my new favorite of the genre. I really like the multiple character alignment options, so depending on your path, you gain exclusive powers for that character that do a good job making you feel like your hero is the stuff of legends, not just an unexperienced noob. The game also features a pretty slick AI that controls the forces of evil with unique powers, weapons, fighting style, and a preferred victim. Each creature also has multiple behaviors throughout the game. So many things to like here. The combat system and how each die can trigger multiple effects on your attack is really well done. I can't wait to see where the story goes and where they take it in the future. If you like a good dungeon crawl, Sword and Sorcery is not to be missed. Yep, definitely my new favorite. Okay folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Hi everyone, this month I am very happy to have finally played a game that everyone has been talking about.
What are you doing?
Sorry?
What are you doing?
I'm recording my best of the month video.
Hi.
Yeah, so the game that I like best in this month.
Jump Drive.
No, I was going to talk about a different game, but Jump Drive.
Well, Jump Drive is the best game this month.
Is it?
Oh, it is. It is. It is the best game.
Why is Jump Drive the best game?
It's fast. It's easy to teach, easy to learn, and it has a nice artwork.
Yes, but it's the same artwork as Race for the Galaxy, which is a quick card game as well if you play it with 2 players. But
yeah, it plays much faster, I think.
It's faster, but it's a bit dumbed down, and there's.
Are you calling me dumb?
No, honey, I'm just
You just called me dumb.
No.
I think my husband just called me dumb.
Best game of this month is Jump Drive.
Hi, this is Ambi from Board Game Blitz, and I got to play a lot of new to me games in July at Dice Tower Con, but one of them that stood out was Magic Maze. Magic Maze is a real-time cooperative game that was nominated for the Spiel this year. I really like real-time cooperative games, so I was excited to try it out. In Magic Maze, you are working together to get these 4 pawns to different spots on the board and then get them out. The cool thing about it is that each person has a couple of different moves they can do. For example, I can move all the pawns right, but only right, and someone else can move them up. So we have to work together to get the pawns where you want them to go. But another thing is you can't communicate with everyone else. The only way you can communicate is through a pawn that is called the do something pawn. You can put it in front of someone, and you can also stare intently at that person, which means you want them to do something. But they don't know what you want them to do, and they could be focusing on another pawn and wanting you to do something while you're trying to tell them to do something else. So it's really hectic and frantic, and it's also really exciting when you can finally complete a mission. There's a lot of scenarios in the box, and we only got to play 2, but it was really fun, and that's why Magic Maze was the best of the month for me.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Best of the Month. For this month, I had a couple of games that I was really enamored with, but one of them is an older game that just came out with a new expansion, so that one's automatically out, in my book at least, but this is really good. You need to give it a try. I'm not going to say the name of it because it's not actually my Best of the Month, so Z has to keep it in there, but this is really cool. You need to check it out. Now, my Best of the Month is this big fella right here. Really enjoy this. It's just come out, just hitting the shipping waves, and should have some copies at Gen Con for you guys to give a whirl and try it out that way. But this is an amazing game. I really enjoy it. It's a little bit long, but I don't really care. It's one of those games where you start playing, you look down, and it's a couple hours later, didn't really feel it. Really enjoy this game a lot. Wasteland Express delivery service, my Best of the Month.
Hey, Best of the Month, we are the Brothers Murph. Mike Harmony. Oh, you're right. The Brothers Murph. Nailed it. And our Best of the Months are a little different. My Best of the Month is actually Hero Realms. It's a fun little deck builder. We actually don't have the character packs for it, but neither of us has played Star Realms, so for us it's not like it's just Star Realms with fantasy. Yeah. So I love it. I love that you just get right into the action. You don't have that a few turns to try to build up your deck and stuff. You just create cool stuff right away. You start beating the crap out of each other. 10, 15 minutes. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And my Best of the Month is Monopoly, a new game. No, it's actually Sagrada, which I know is probably a lot of people's favorite, but it's just super cool and pretty and all the colors and stuff. And I loved how quick and light it was, but it does kind of get a little difficult and little tools. It's just enough little strategy to make it fun, but also literally you can teach it to any of your friends, which is awesome. That's our Best of the Month. Holla.
Hi, I'm Gary Pope from Late to the Table. And if you like MOBA games like League of Legends, Dota, Heroes of the Storm, I would definitely recommend checking out Guards of Atlantis. It's my pick of the month. This game is great. It handles high team player counts. It goes literally up to 11 players. In fact, the worst player count is probably 2 players. I think this is a much better, more streamlined game than Rum and Bones, in my opinion. The only problems with this game I have had so far is I wish there was more characters, and I wish it was a little bit more easier to get for people so more people would be playing this game. Besides that, I love this game. It's my group's new favorite game. I highly recommend it. Guards of Atlantis.
My game of the month is Vast, the Crystal Caverns. The thing I love the most about Vast is how asymmetrical the characters are. I mean, true enough, there's other games where characters have asymmetrical powers, but nothing like Vast. It's like playing 5 different games. Every time you play a different character, you get a whole new experience. Your victory objectives are very different. It's just an amazing, amazing game. It's very unique, nothing like I've played before. You have the knights trying to plunge out the treasure, while the goblins are trying to stop the knights. Meanwhile, the dragon are trying to feed himself, eating all the goblins, and the thief is trying to sneak in and rob everything for himself. If that wasn't enough, the cave is trying to kill them all. It's just an amazing game. I love, love, love. And if you ever see it on the shelf, if you haven't played Vast yet, that's a game that's worth to get your hands on. As my mom would say, that's a keeper. See you guys next time.
My best game of the month is a game I've had on my shelf for well over a year, and I finally got it to the table. That's Sons of Anarchy, Men of Mayhem. This is a worker placement game in which you need to have the most money at the end of the game to win. I love how streamlined the rules are. In fact, I would say that the rules are elegant. It's one of the best marriages of theme and mechanics I've come across. I really like that if more than one gang is at a location and they want to do that action, they've got to have a gang war. And combat is a lot of fun. I love how you can secretly add guns to the fight to get an edge. But if you do use guns, your heat is going up. And having the heat on you limits the amount of drugs you can sell at the end of the round. Speaking of selling drugs, everyone simultaneously reveals how much they want to sell at the end of the round. And the total amount sets the price per drug bag. So the more drugs hitting the streets, the less money per drug bag there is. Another really thematic thing about this game is that you can freely trade any of your resources with any other players at any time. So if you want to make sure you've got enough guns for a turf war, maybe Billy over there has a bunch he can trade for drugs or sell for money. Everyone keeps their resources secret behind a screen, so you never know who is going to come out on top at the end of the game. Great game. I'm Jason Peacock.
And that's going to do it for us on this video, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you again in another month for the best games we play in August 2017. We'll see you then.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. Cool stuff in stock. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.